Namaste to all. Ram Ram Ram. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Namaste to all. Ram Ram Ram. Today is the 50th class of Sundara Kandam. We are learning Sundara Kandam with meaning, about 20 verses a class, and also revising after each Sarga. Completed 12 Sargas, and we are in the 13th Sarga, where Hanuman is continuing his search for Sita Mata. We'll start with the Dhyana Shlokas.
Ram Ram.
Namaskar.
Sundarakandam Dhyanam Shuklambaradaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanan Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Buddhirbalam yashodairyam nirbayatvamarogata ajathyam vakpatutvancha hanumatsmaranat bhavet manojabam marutatulyavegam jitendriyam buddhimatam varishtam vatatmajam vanarayutamukyam Sriramadutam Sharanam Prabhadye Yatra Yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Tatra Tatra Kritamasta Kanchalim Pashvavari Paripurna Lochanam Marutim Namata Rakshasantakam Kujantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakam Vande Valmiki Kokilam.
Very nice. Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyavadaha. Ram Ram.
Ram Ram. We'll go to the revision of verse 41 to 60, which we completed the last class. Revati ji, you can unmute yourself.
Thank you, Vaniji. Can I start now?
Yes.
Okay. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. This is chapter 30, Sarga 13, Sundara Kandam, Maruti Nirvedaha. Hastatano Mukhatano Niyato Vrikshamulikaha Vanaprasthopavishyami Hyadrishtva Janakatmajam Sagaranu deshe Bahumula Palodake Chitam Kritva Pravekshyami Samidhamarani Sutam Upavishtasya va samyak Linginim sadhayishyataha Shariram pakshayishyanti Vayasa swapadani cha.
One more time, second line.
Okay. Shariram pakshayishyanti.
Akshayishyanti.
Ha.
You have to say the Mahapranaha. Bhaksha.
Shariram bhakshayisyanti Vayasa swapadani cha.
Vayasash.
Vayasa swapadani cha.
Where is it?
Shvapadani cha.
There is Dirga there, right?
Swapadani cha.
Shwa.
Swapadani cha.
Shariram bhakshayishyanti. One second. Vayasa shwapadani cha.
Okay, okay. I was dividing in a wrong place, I think. Sariram pakshayishyanti vayasa swapatani cha.
Shwapadani cha.
Swapatani cha. Sariram pakshayishyanti vayasa swapatani
What language are you looking at?
I am Tamil தான் பார்க்கிறேன்.
Okay. So, ish.
Ishwa padani cha.
Vayasa shwapadani cha.
Vayasa swapatani cha. Okay, yeah. Idam maharshi bhidrishtam niryanamiti me matihi apasamyak pravekshyami nachet pashyami janakim sujatamula subhaga kirtimala yashasvini prabhagna shiraratriyam mama सीतामपश्यतः तापसो वा भविष्यामि नियतो वृक्षमूलिकः नेदः प्रतिगमिष्यामि तामद्दृष्ट्वासि तेक्षणाम् यतीतः प्रतिगच्छामि सीतामनधिगम्यताम् अङ्गदः सहदैः सर्वैः वानरैर्न भविष्यति विनाशे भगवो दोषा विनाशे भगवो दोषा जीवन् प्राप्नोति भद्रकम् तस्मात् प्राणान् धरिष्यामि ध्रुवो जीवितसङ्गमः एवं बहुविधं दुःखं मनसा कारयन्मुहुः नात्यगच्छत्तदा पारं शोकस्य कपिकुञ्जरः
Shokasya.
नात्यगच्छत्तदा पारं शोकस्य
I'm hearing
कपिकुञ्जरः
shoka. It should be
शोक
Sho.
Yeah. शोकस्य कपिकुञ्जरः
Now it is correct.
रावणं वा वदिष्यामि दशग्रीवं महाबलं रामपत्नी हृतायेन प्रत्याशीर्णं भविष्यति अथवैनं समुत्क्षिप्य उपर्युपरि सागरं रामयो भगरिष्यामि पशुं रामयो भगरिष्यामि रामायो भगरिष्यामि पशुं पशुपतेरिव इति चिन्तां समापन्नः सीतामनधिगम्यताम् ध्यानशोकप्रीतात्मा प्रीतात्मा
Try not to say the ish there. You're saying dhyana shoka. There is no ish there. Dhyana shoka.
ध्यानशोकपरीतात्मा चिन्तयामास वानरः यावत् सीतां हि पश्यामि रामपत्नीं यशस्विनीं तावदेतां पुरीं लङ्कां विशिनोमि पुनः पुनः सम्पादिवसनाच्चापि रामं करेक्टा
Sampati vachanachapi.
Sampadi vachanachapi. Okay.
Correct. And then the T is Kuril. It is not Dirgha.
Okay. Sampadi vachanachapi Ramam.
Ramam is the next part. Ramam yet.
Okay. Sampadi vachanachapi Ramam yatyanayamyaham. Apasyan Ragavo Apasyan. Right.
Correct.
Apasyan Ragavo Bharyam Nityahet Sarvabanaran Ihaiva Niyadhaharo Vatsyami Niyatendriyaha Namakrute Vinashyeyuhu Sarve te Naravandaraha Ashokavanikacheyam Drishyate ya Mahadruma Imamati Kamishyami Nahiyam Vichitamaya Vasun Rudrams Tathadityan Ashvinau Maruto Bicha Namaskritva Gamishyami Rakshasam Shokavardhanaha.
Very good.
Ram.
Very good. What is the time there for you, Ji?
I po 5:30. 5:30 is a lot better than 5.
5:30 in the morning. And
Morning. Yeah.
what is your motivation to attend so early and keep practicing?
Because
I
I
know how much
practice so many times. I just want to see how I am improving or not, how I am doing.
Amazing. You're so inspiring. She regularly practices. As you can see, she's still continuing to see the Tamil script only, but then trying to read the script and then learn the Sanskritam pronunciation from that. She's been with us for quite some time in general shloka learning and been part of other shloka as well, and amazingly motivated to learn the pronunciation right, and the amount of effort Revati ji puts is amazing. And if everybody does just little bit of what you do, I think we all will be like masters of all shlokas. Keep inspiring, ji. Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much.
Ram Ram.
You are patient with me. Very patient.
Ram Ram.
Thank you, Ram Ram.
Who is repeating? Anuragayan. Ram Ram. Ram Ram. I quite can't hear you. Ram Ram. I'm not able to hear you. Ram Ram. Very feeble. Are you using a headphone or something? Very feeble.
Yeah, I am.
Are others able to hear? I switched off my fan too. It's very feeble for me. What about others? Yeah, I'm not able to hear. Ram Ram, can you try? Ram. Yeah, try now.
Yeah.
Yes. Ram Ram.
Ram Ram Vaniji.
Ram Ram. Namaste. Okay.
Namaste.
Yeah, it's better for me now. Others are able to hear? Yes. Okay, let's go. 61. जित्वा तु राक्षसान् सर्वान्
जित्वा तु राक्षसान् सर्वान्
इक्ष्वाकुकुलनन्दिनीम्
इक्ष्वाकुकुलनन्दिनीम्
सम्प्रदास्यामि रामाय
सम्प्रदास्यामि रामाय
यथा सिद्धिं तपस्विने
यथा सिद्धिं तपस्विने
जित्वा तु राक्षसान् सर्वान् इक्ष्वाकुकुलनन्दिनीम्
जित्वा तु राक्षसान् सर्वान् इक्ष्वाकुकुलनन्दिनीम्
सम्प्रदास्यामि रामाय यथा सिद्धिं तपस्विने
सम्प्रदास्यामि रामाय यथा सिद्धिं तपस्विने
समुहूर्तमिव ध्यात्वा
समुहूर्तमिव ध्यात्वा
चिन्तावग्रथितेन्द्रियः
चिन्तावग्रथितेन्द्रियः
उदतिष्ठन्महातेजा
उदतिष्ठन्महातेजा
हनुमान् मारुतात्मजः
हनुमान् मारुतात्मजः
समुहूर्तमिव ध्यात्वा चिन्तावग्रथितेन्द्रियः
समुहूर्तमिव ध्यात्वा चिन्तावग्रथितेन्द्रियः
उदतिष्ठन्महातेजा हनुमान् मारुतात्मजः
उदतिष्ठन्महातेजा हनुमान् मारुतात्मजः
नमोऽस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय
नमोऽस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय
देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै
देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै
नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमालिनेभ्यो
नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो
नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः
नमोऽस्तु कमरुद्गणेभ्यः
चन्द्र अर्क मरुद्गणेभ्यः
नमो
नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः
नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः
नमोऽस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै
नमोऽस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै
नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः
नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः
वेरी गुड सतेभ्यस्तु नमस्कृत्य
सतेभ्यस्तु नमस्कृत्य
सुग्रीवाय च मारुतिः
सुग्रीवाय च मारुतिः
दिशः सर्वाः समालोक्य
दिशः सर्वाः समालोक्य
ह्यशोकवनिकां प्रति
ह्यशोकवनिकां प्रति
सतेभ्यस्तु नमस्कृत्य सुग्रीवाय च मारुतिः
सदेभ्यस्तु नमस्कृत्य सुग्रीवाय च मारुतिः
दिशः सर्वाः समालोक्य ह्यशोकवनिकां प्रति
दिशः सर्वाः समालोक्य ह्यशोकवनिकां प्रति
वेरी गुड स गत्वा मनसा पूर्वम्
स गत्वा मनसा पूर्वम्
अशोकवनिकां शुभाम्
अशोकवनिकां शुभाम्
उत्तरं चिन्तयामास
उत्तरं चिन्तयामास
वानरो मारुतात्मजः
वानरो मारुतात्मजः
स गत्वा मनसा पूर्वम् अशोकवनिकां शुभाम्
स गत्वा मनसा पूर्वम् अशोकवनिकां शुभाम्
उत्तरं चिन्तयामास वानरो मारुतात्मजः
उत्तरं चिन्तयामास वानरो मारुतात्मजः
वेरी गुड ध्रुवं तु रक्षो बहुला
ध्रुवं तु रक्षो बहुला
भविष्यति वनाकुला
भविष्यति वनाकुला
अशोकवनिका चिन्त्या
अशोकवनिका चिन्त्या
सर्वसंस्कारसंस्कृता
सर्वसंस्कारसंस्कृता
ध्रुवं तु रक्षो बहुला भविष्यति वनाकुला
ध्रुवं तु रक्षो बहुला भविष्यति वनाकुला
अशोकवनिका चिन्त्या सर्वसंस्कारसंस्कृता
अशोकवनिका चिन्त्या सर्वसंस्कारसंस्कृता
वेरी गुड रक्षिणश्चात्र विहिता
रक्षिणश्च रक्षिणश्चात्र विहिता
नूनं रक्षन्ति पादपान्
नूनं रक्षन्ति पादपान्
भगवानपि सर्वात्मा
भगवानपि सर्वात्मा
नातिक्षोभं प्रवाति वै
नादिक्षोभं प्रवादि वै
नाति
नातिक्षोभं प्रवाति वै
रक्षिणश्चात्र विहिता नूनं रक्षन्ति पादपान्
रक्षिणश्चात्र विहिता नूनं रक्षन्ति पादपान्
भगवानपि सर्वात्मा नातिक्षोभं प्रवाति वै
भगवानपि सर्वात्मा नातिक्षोभं प्रवाति वै
वेरी गुड संक्षिप्तोऽयं मयात्मा च
संक्षिप्तोऽयं महात्मा च संक्षिप्तोऽयं मयात्मा च
रामार्थे रावणस्य च
रामार्थे रावणस्य च
सिद्धिं मे संविधास्यन्ति
सिद्धिं मे संविधाय सिद्धिं मे संविधास्यन्ति
देवासर्षिगणास्त्विह
देवासर्षिगणास्त्विद
त्विह गणास्त्विह
देवासर्षिगणास्त्विह
ऋषि सह स ऋषि गणाः गणाः इह that's what it गणास्ति गणा अस्ति गण अस्ति इह that is
Oh,
संक्षिप्तोऽयं मयात्मा च रामार्थे रावणस्य च
संक्षिप्तोऽयं मयात्मा च रामाख्ये रावणस्य च
सिद्धिं मे संविधास्यन्ति देवासर्षिगणास्त्विह
सिद्धिं मे संविधास्यन्ति देवासर्षिगणास्त्विह
ब्रह्मा स्वयं भूर्भगवान्
Brahma or Brahma?
Brahma.
Okay. Brahma Swayambhur Bhagavan.
So whenever within the her you have any of the anunasika akshara, you say the anunasika aksharam first, which is the nasal consonant, and
Okay,
then you say the hakaraha. But when you write it as only Brahma. But when you
Brahma.
but when you pronounce, you say Brahma.
Brahma. Okay.
One second.
Yeah.
Sorry, one more. We'll go this one more time. Brahma Swayambhur Bhagavan.
Brahma Swayambhur Bhagavan.
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 देवाश्चैव दिशन्तु मे
Devashchaiva dishantu me.
सिद्धिमग्निश्च वायुश्च
Siddhimagnischa vayuscha.
पुरुहूतश्च वज्रभृत्
Puruhutascha vajabhriduh. Sorry. Puruhutascha vajrabhriduh.
वज्रभृत् वज्रं धरति ब्रह्मा स्वयंभूर्भगवान् देवाश्चैव दिशन्तु मे
Brahma Swayambhur Devashaiva dishantu me.
सिद्धिमग्निश्च वायुश्च पुरुहूतश्च वज्रभृत्
Siddhimagnischa vayuscha. Puruhutascha vajrabhriduh.
वेरी गुड वरुणः पाशहस्तश्च
Varunah pashahastascha.
वेरी गुड सोमादित्यौ तथैव च
Somadityau tathaiva cha.
अश्विनौ च महात्मानौ
Ashvinau cha mahatmanau.
मरुतः शर्व एव च
Maruta sharva cha.
वरुणः पाशहस्तश्च सोमादित्यौ तथैव च
Varunah pashahastascha. Somadityau tathaiva cha.
अश्विनौ च महात्मानौ मरुतः शर्व एव च
Ashvinau cha mahatmanau. Maruta sharva cha.
वेरी गुड सिद्धिं सर्वाणि भूतानि
Siddhim sarvani bhutani.
भूतानां चैव यः प्रभुः
Bhutanam chaiva yah prabhuः.
दास्यन्ति मम ये चान्ये
दास्यन्ति मम ये चान्ये.
ह्यदृष्टाः पथि गोचराः
यदृष्टाः पथि गोचराः.
सिद्धिं सर्वाणि भूतानि भूतानां चैव यः प्रभुः
सिद्धिं सर्वाणि भूतानि. भूतानां चैव यः प्रभुः
दास्यन्ति मम ये चान्ये ह्यदृष्टाः पथि गोचराः
दास्यन्ति मम ये चान्ये यदृष्टाः पथि गोचराः
तदुन्नसं दन्तमव्रणम्
तदुन्नसं पाण्डुरदन्तमव्रणम्
Correct, there is a dvitva there. तदुन्नसं पाण्डुरदन्तमव्रणम्
तदुन्नसं पाण्डुरदन्तमव्रणम्
Correct. Suchin, su, suchismitam. Repeat that. Suchismitam.
शुचिस्मितं
पद्मपलाशलोचनम्
पद्मपलाशलोचनम्
शुचिस्मितं पद्मपलाशलोचनम्
शुचिस्मितं पद्मपलाशलोचनम्
That is a suchi. So that su and chi, usually we have to be careful in pronunciation. Drakshye tadaryavadanam
द्रक्ष्ये तदार्यावदनम्
कदान्वहं प्रसन्नताराधिपतुल्यदर्शनम्
कदान्वहं प्रसन्नदाराधिपतुल्यदर्शनम्
Let's do it. Drakshetadaryavadanam. You have to split there only. Kadanvaham prasannataradhipatulyadarsanam.
द्रक्ष्ये तदार्यावदनम् द्रक्ष्ये तदार्यावदनम् कदान्वहं
Prasannatara.
प्रसन्नदाराधिपतुल्यदर्शनम्
Tara.
ओके प्रसन्नताराधिपतुल्यदर्शनम्
Tadunnasam panduradantamavrणम्.
तदुन्नसं पाण्डुरदन्तमव्रणम्
शुचिस्मितं पद्मपलाशलोचनम्
शुचिस्मितं पद्मपलाशलोचनम्
द्रक्ष्येतदार्यावदनम्
द्रक्ष्ये तदार्यावदनम्
कदान्वहं प्रसन्नताराधिपतुल्यदर्शनम्
कदान्वहं प्रसन्नदाराधिपतुल्य कदान्वहं प्रसन्नताराधिपतुल्यदर्शनम्
वेरी गुड क्षुद्रेण पापेन नृशंसकर्मणा
क्षुद्रेण पापेन नृशं सकर्मणा
one more time
क्षुद्रेण पापेन नृशं सकर्मणा
very good सदारुणालङ्कृतवेषधारिणा
सुधा मैडम सुधा और सदा
क्षम्यतां सुदारुणा सुदारुणालङ्कृतवेषधारिणा
सुधारुणालङ्कृतवेषधारिणा
बलाभिभूता ह्यबला तपस्विनी
बलाभिभूता ह्यबला तपस्विनी
कथन्नु मे दृष्टिपतेद्य सा भवेत्
कथं नु मे दृष्टिपथेद्य सा भवेत्
Very good. We'll do this one more time. क्षुद्रेण पापेन नृशंसकर्मणा
क्षुद्रेण पापेन नृशं सकर्मणा
सुदारुणालङ्कृतवेषधारिणा
सुदारुणालङ्कृतवेषधारिणा
बलाभिभूता ह्यबला तपस्विनी
बलाभिभूता ह्यबला तपस्विनी
कथन्नु मे दृष्टिपथेद्य सा भवेत्
कथं नु मे दृष्टिपथेद्य सा भवेत्. Can I
Very good.
take some breath
Correct.
in between, ma'am?
Say it one more time.
Second line.
Go ahead.
बलाभिभूता ह्यबला तपस्विनी कथं नु मे दृष्टिपदेद्य सा भवेत्.
Pathe.
दृष्टिपथे. Okay.
Pathe. I heard pade or pate, I think. One more
Okay.
time.
बलाभिभूता ह्यबला तपस्विनी कथं नु मे दृष्टिपथेद्य सा भवेत्.
And there is a tvitva here. You have to say bala bhibhuta hya bala. Ich. You have to
Oh,
say it twice because it is ich here. So you
okay.
bhuta hya bala.
Okay. Shall I repeat it?
Mm.
बलाभिभूता ह्यपला sorry बलाभिभूता ह्यबला तपस्विनी कथं नु मे दृष्टिपथेद्य सा भवेत्.
Very good. इत्यार्षे श्रीमद् रामायणे वाल्मीकीये आदिकाव्ये सुन्दरकाण्डे
इत्यार्षे इत्यार्षे श्रीमद् रामायणे वाल्मीकीये आदिकाव्ये सुन्दरकाण्डे सुन्दरकाण्डे
मारुतिनिर्वेदः नाम त्रयोदशः सर्गः सम्पूर्णः
मारुतिनिर्वेदः नाम त्रयोदशः. You have
त्रयोदशः सर्गः.
after Sarga only there is a break, is it?
Correct.
मारुतिनिर्वेदः नाम त्रयोदश सर्गः सम्पूर्णः.
मारुतिनिर्वेदः नाम त्रयोदशः सर्गः सम्पूर्णः.
मारुतिनिर्वेद.
There is no dirgha there. Maruti there is no Maruti.
Okay. मारुतिनिर्वेदः नाम त्रयोदशः सर्गः सम्पूर्णः.
सर्वं
सर्वं
कृष्णार्पणम्.
कृष्णार्पणमस्तु.
Can you try?
Yeah.
61, right?
जित्वा तु राक्षसान् सर्वान् इक्ष्वाकुकुलनन्दिनीं सम्प्रदास्यामि रामाय यथा सिद्धिं तपस्विने.
1 second. Jitva tu rakshasan sarvan. No problem. It's just that people will be used to that too. That's
Yeah. जित्वा तु राक्षसान् सर्वान् इक्ष्वाकुकुलनन्दिनीं सम्प्रदास्यामि रामाय यथा सिद्धिं तपस्विने. समुहूर्तमिव ध्यात्वा चिन्तावग्रथितेन्द्रियः उदतिष्ठन् महातेज हनुमान् मारुतात्मजः नमोऽस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः.
one more time.
नमोऽस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः. Okay, ma'am.
Yes, correct. Very good.
सदेभ्यस्तु नमस्कृत्य सुग्रीवाय च मारुतिः दिशः सर्वाः समालोक्य यशोकवनिकां प्रति स गत्वा मनसा पूर्वम् अशोकवनिकां शुभाम् उत्तरं चिन्तयामास वानरो मारुतात्मजः ध्रुवं तु रक्षो बहुला भविष्यति वनाकुला अशोकवनिका चिन्त्या सर्वसंस्कारसंस्कृता रक्षिणश्चात्र विहिता नूनं रक्षन्ति पादपान् भगवानपि सर्वात्मा नातिक्षोभं प्रवाति वै संक्षिप्तोऽयं मयात्मा च रामार्थे रावणस्य च सिद्धिं मे संविधास्यन्ति देवासर्षिगणास्त्वित sorry
Twiha.
देवासर्षिगणास्त्विह
Very good.
ब्रह्मा स्वयंभूर्भगवान् देवाश्चैव दिशन्तु मे सिद्धिमग्निश्च वायुश्च पुरुहूतश्च वज्रभृत् वरुणः पाशहस्तश्च सोमादित्यौ तथैव च अश्विनौ च महात्मानौ मरुतः शर्व एव च सिद्धिं सर्वाणि भूतानां चैव यः प्रभुः दास्यन्ति मम ये चान्ये ह्यदृष्टाः पथि गोचराः तदुन्नसं पाण्डुरदन्तमव्रणम् शुचिस्मितं पद्मपलाशलोचनम् द्रक्ष्ये तदार्यावदनम् तदान्वहं प्रसन्नदाराधिपतुल्यदर्शनम्
Tara.
तारा
I am hearing Tara.
ताराधिपतुल्यदर्शनम् शूद्रेण पापेन कर्मणा
One more time.
शूद्रेण पापेन नृशंसकर्मणा सुदारुणालङ्कृतवेषधारिणा बलाभिभूता ह्यबला तपस्विनी कथं नु मे दृष्टिपथेद्य सा भवेत् इत्यार्षे श्रीमद् रामायणे वाल्मीकीये आदिकाव्ये सुन्दरकाण्डे मारुतिनिर्वेदः नाम त्रयोदश सर्गः सम्पूर्णः।
Very good. Very good.
सर्वं कृष्णार्पणमस्तु।
Where do you join us from, Bhagini?
From the beginning.
No, where do you live?
I live in Madipakam, ma'am.
Medipa. Very
Yeah.
nice. Very nicely done.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Any doubts in any of the verses? Seventy-two. Tadunnasam Pandura Dantamavranam. Dantamavranam. There is Ibra. Shamitam. Shuchismitam. Padmapalasha Lochanam. Drakshye Tadarya Vadanam. Kadanvaham Prasanna Taradhipa Tulya Darshanam. Prasanna Taradhipa. That is, so Prasanna is one, Taradhipa is one, Tulya Darshanam. That is the split there. Tadunnasam, tat unnasam, tadunnasam, Pandura Dantamavranam, Shuchismitam Padmapalasha Lochanam. Drakshye Tadarya Vadanam Kadanvaham Prasanna Taradhipa Tulya Darshanam. Any other number that requires clarification, you can type in chat. I will chant it. Nothing in YouTube as well. I think fairly 73. Kshudrena papena nrishamsa karmana sudarunalankrita vesha dharina balabhibhuta hyabala tapasvini katham nu. So you actually say kathan nu me drishti pathedya sa bhaved. Kshudrena papena nrishamsa karmana sudarunalankrita vesha dharina. That's how you speak. Balabhibhuta hyabala tapasvini kathannu me drishti pathedya sa bhaved. Tadunnasam Pandura Dantamabranam. Danta the intama iv. You say if the Dantamabranam. Tadunnasam Pandura Dantamabranam. Shuchismitam. Shuchi. Shuchismitam. Let's quickly summarize the meaning. 41. I don't think anybody volunteered in the group. Anybody here who can summarize? Sunita ji, Ram Ram.
Ram Ramani ji.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. I'll just give a short summary of verse 1 to 40 and then to link it to verse 41. It goes like this. The title of the Sarga is Maruti Nirvedaha, which means Hanuman's deep anguish or despair. And as the title suggests, it refers to all the moments Hanuman experiences after searching for Sita everywhere in Lanka and not finding her. He becomes very worried and mentally distressed. So after going through the aerial structures in Lanka, Hanuman continues his swift search everywhere, but fails to find Sita. He reflects sorrowfully that although he has searched the entire city, forests, lakes, rivers, mountains, and hidden palaces, Sita is nowhere to be seen. And then he remembers the vulture king Sampati's words that Sita was in Ravana's palace. And he becomes confused and doubts what might have happened to her. And Hanuman fears that Sita may have fallen into the ocean while being carried away or may have died out of terror during her abduction. And he also worries that Ravana or the Rakshasis might have harmed or killed her despite her purity and her steadfast virtue. So imagining her grief, he thinks she may have died while crying out, "O Rama, O Lakshmana, O Ayodhya," in unbearable sorrow. Another possibility he considers is that she might have been imprisoned somewhere in Ravana's palace like a caged bird. And Hanuman becomes very anxious about the consequences of returning without the news of Sita, realizing that Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, their mothers, and even Sugriva and even all the entire Vanara army would fall into despair and possibly lead to death. And he feels that his crossing of the ocean and entry into Lanka would become meaningless if he fails in his mission. And overwhelmed but still reflecting wisely, Hanuman resolves not to return to Kishkinda without finding Sita, and he continues thinking about the proper course of action. Now I'll come to verse 41. So these are all, this Sarga is all basically Hanuman's internal mental dialogue. So coming to verse 41, Hanuman says, if I do not see Janaka's daughter, I shall indeed become a forest dweller living under the trees and leading a very restrained life, simply having hand to mouth eating. So that is what he conveys in verse 41. Then coming to verse 42. In the coastal land, which is rich in water, roots, and fruits, I shall build a funeral fire and enter the blazing fire born out of the sacred fire sticks. Verse 43. While I sit firmly, he's continuing the dialogue. So he says, while I sit firmly practicing all the yogic discipline, my body will be consumed by the crows and the wild beasts. Verse 44. Then he says, this in my view is a mode of departure from the body approved even by the great sages. Coming to verse 45. If I do not see Janaki, I shall resolutely enter the waters. Verse 46. Sita, she was of noble birth and she was of auspicious nature and adorned with fame and glory, must be utterly worn down through the long nights. Because actually the nights, when you're in distress, the nights seem very long. So that was the reason why this thought came to him. Or I shall become, in verse 47, he says, he's telling himself, I shall become an ascetic, restrained and living beneath the trees. Verse 48, I will not return from here without seeing the dark-eyed lady, referring to Sita. Verse 49, if I return without finding Sita, Angad along with all the Vanaras will perish. Verse 50, he says, death is full of so many falls, whereas life brings possibility of the good. Therefore, I shall preserve my life. So he vanishes the thought of death. This verse tells us that he vanishes and thinks that the good things are possible. Since survival still holds the certainty of purpose. Coming to verse 51, thus bearing many manifold sorrow again and again in his mind, Hanuman finds no end to his grief. Verse 52, he says, shall I slay the 10-headed Ravana? He's questioning himself. He's asking himself. In verse 53, he who abducted Rama's wife shall be fully repaid for his deeds. Then coming to verse 54, he asks himself, shall I seize him, carry him across the ocean and offer him to Rama like a sacrifice beast to Pashupati? Verse 55, having failed to find Sita, the Vanara remained immersed in anxious thoughts, his mind enveloped by grief and reflection. Verse 56, until I see Sita, the wife of Rama, I shall search the city of Lanka again and again. So he is not losing hope, he is reviving his hope. Verse 57, even if relying on Sampati's words, I was trying to bring Rama here, not seeing his wife, Rama would destroy all the Vanaras. Verse 58, Hanuman says to himself, I shall remain here living with restraint and self-control so that none of the men or the monkeys perish because of me. So he didn't want the worst things to happen on account of the decision he would take. Coming to verse 59, Ashoka one is cited. So he says, this Ashoka grove filled with great trees is visible. I shall enter this place, and that has not been searched by me. So he had not, this place had been left unsearched by him. So this is cited by him now. So there is some renewed hope now in him that rekindles a hope. So this is actually a very important verse, verse 59. Then once he sees the Ashoka group, certain, since that hope is rekindled, he wants to, in gratefulness or in gratitude, he wants to bow to all the cosmic forces of the Vasus, the Rudras, Adityas, the Ashwinis, and the Marutis. And he says, I shall proceed and make sure that, the Rakshasas are, the joy of the Rakshasas will come to an end and they will go into the sorrow mode. So this is still verse 60.
Yeah, very nice. Very
Thank
nice.
you so much. Thank you so much.
Very nice.
Thank you.
So here he is with renewed hope, a positivity in his mind, and a sankalpa that he will not return until he sees Sita. Hanuman continues his journey. Now, there is a small prayer that is offered there. So there is a prayer that is offered to all the Vasus and Rudras and the two Ashwin Kumaras and Maruts. So he says that I will offer my salutations, my prayers to Vasus, Rudras, Adityas, Ashwins, and Maruts. And then he says, I will continue my journey and I will bring more sorrow, because he knows that he will need to fight. So with a positivity, confidence that he will be able to fight against the Rakshasas, and he will be able to find Sita and go back and inform Rama that he had indeed found Sita. He resumes or continues his journey. Again, after the prayer, he kind of goes into the thinking mode again. So, jitva tu rakshasan sarvan ikshvakukula nandini sampradasyami ramaya yatha siddhim tapasvini. So, after conquering, so he says, shokavardhanaha, I will cause an increase in their sorrow. So, I will win over jitva, having conquered all the Rakshasas. I will give Ikshvakukula Nandini. Nandini here, the one who brings delight to the Ikshvakukula, the daughter-in-law of Ikshvakukula. Sampradasyami, I will return her back to Rama. And what kind of Rama? The Tapaswin Rama, Tapasvi Rama. And I will make sure that I attain Siddhim, means I will be successful in my effort. And then he continues, Saha muhurtam iva dhyatva chintava grathi tendriyaha uda tishthat maha tejaha Hanuman marutatmajaha. So he kind of reflected, dhyatva. He went into a moment of reflection, and then his thoughts were kind of muddled up there. So after reflecting, Saha muhurtam, for a moment, Iva dhyatva, going into reflection, Chinta vagrathitendriyaha. His indriyas, Chinta is worry, means gratitam means which were tied or agitated by the worry. Udatishtat means he rose up. Uttishtati means to rise up. Who Mahatejaha, that mighty Hanuman, Marutatmajaha, the son of wind god. So the brilliant son of wind god, Mahatejaha, though his senses were completely tied up, overwhelmed with chinta, worry, he regained himself, and within a short moment, he paused and then he got up again. And then what happens? He offers his prayers. So here, Namostu Ramaya sa Lakshmanaya Devyai cha tasyai Janakatmajaya. So here, until now, the first set of prayers that he offered before he started his journey were to all of them. And then again he is thinking, and now he says, Amma Sita, only if you have that karunyam, compassion towards me, you will show yourself to me. So here he is praying to Rama, Lakshmana. He is also praying to Sita. So that was kind of the miss that happened earlier. He made the prayer, he made it to everybody. I know the usual parampara that we follow. Your father, your guru, Indra, all of them he prayed. And then he had the namaskaram to Rama. And now he realizes he has not offered his prayers to Sita. They say, when, especially Tirupati, we say, right? We can see Tirupati Perumal when he wants to see us, not when we want to see him. I've personally had this experience where I've gone as far as Tirupati, I have not had the darshan and I have come back, right? So we'll have a date in mind, we'll plan everything. For some reason, you won't be able to go. So he needs to decide to see us. Similarly, Ma Sita, please give me the blessings of seeing you, finding you. So it's a prayer that he resorts to here. It's a very, very powerful message. It's Hanuman who is doing the Anveshanam, the search here. During the moment of desperation that he is facing, the confused thoughts, overwhelmed feeling, the worry, the kind of shame and embarrassment as well, and the aftermath that he imagines if he is unable to find Sita. All those must have been completely draining for him. Even at that moment, what Hanuman is resorting to is prayer, which is what we all resort to, right? Whenever things don't go our way, things are extremely low, we want to fix ourselves, that we need a fulcrum in life, what we resort to is prayer. So there are certain situations, even prayer is so hard because the pain is so overwhelming. And you have to get over that pain to even chant. I don't know how many of you have experienced that. There are situations when even chanting a prayer feels like something which is very overwhelming or burdening. You can't bring yourself to even chant a shloka. So, but we have to get over that and we have to bring ourselves to praying. It is prayer that actually helps. And I have mentioned this in multiple times during Bhagavad Gita class and maybe in Sundara Kandam as well, when Swami Paramathananda says prayer is like a medicine, and you don't know the kind of disease that you have because of the karma. So sometimes you take the medicine and you're all right. Sometimes you take the medicine and it doesn't work out. You need advanced treatment. Sometimes even advanced treatments don't help. So until you actually take the medicine, you won't know whether the ailment that you're suffering is something that can be fixed with that medicine or cured with that medicine. So prayer is like a medicine. It is a medicine for the karma that we carry in this janma. So whenever we go through pain, it is nothing but, we are kind of like, getting away with the karma that we have gotten. So it's prayer that actually provides us mental strength, physical strength, the power to face the situation, and it is also the greatest hope of life. And that is what Hanuman is seeing here. So you can mark the 63rd shloka where he prays here to Rama, Lakshmana, and then the first time he even thinks that he needs to pray to Sita. So he says, Devyai cha tasyai janakatmajayai. I am offering my prayers to Janakasya Atmaja Sita. And then he says, Namostu Rudra Indra Yama Anilebhyaha. Rudra, Indra, Yama, and Anila is Vayu. Namostu Chandra Arka Marudgadebhyaha. Moon, sun, and the Gana means a group, a host of Marut. So here, Hanuman is praying to Rama. Hanuman is praying to Lakshmana. He is praying to the divine daughter of Janaka. And then he is offering his salutations to Rudra, Indra, Yama, Vayu, Moon, Sun, and a group of Maruts here. So Hanuman, during that critical period when he feels that everything has been searched, but then he feels, oh, maybe there is this one place where I've not searched. May this be the place where I find Sita. This is my last and final hope. He actually prays to Sita. So when things don't go our way, when things seem extremely tough, challenging, very difficult to face, what helps us is prayer. Saha तेभ्यः तु नमस्कृत्य सुग्रीवाय च मारुतिः दिशः सर्वा समालोक्य Ashokabanikam Prati. So again, he offered Namaskritya, offered all the prayers. He also thought about Sugriva. Ultimately, he has been under Sugriva. So we all know that, when we have something going on, the person who has been the most protective or person with whom we have had maximum association, that person is the one who will come to our mind. So he is again offering to Sugriva, with whom he has been associated ever since he was a very from a very young age, right? So he offers again to Sugriva, and then Dishaha Sarvas. He looks at all the directions, and then he looks at specifically Ashokavanika, and then he starts moving towards Ashokavanika. Saha Gatva Manasa. As he is moving, there is a mental journey that happens. We all experience this. So when there is a presentation that we have, or when there is an important meeting that we have, or some important event that needs to happen. So for example, there might be some rough kind of situation happening in life, and we have to go confront somebody or talk to somebody. You will kind of like play that in our mind, right? Okay, I will go there and this is what I will say. This is what they are likely to respond with, and how do I tackle this? If we know where we are going to be doing a presentation, you kind of imagine yourself on stage and presenting to the audience. How do you take questions? How do you maintain your body language? So we always have this mental movie that we run, prior to an important event that we are likely to face. So similarly, Manasa Gatva, he went, Purvam Manasa Gatva. As he was moving towards Ashokavanika, mentally he was there. And then Ashokavanikam Shubham, that auspicious Ashokavanika, Uttaram Chintayamasa Vanaraha. Mentally, he was going there and he thought about what should be done next. So he kind of had finalized that this is one place which has not been explored, and he decided that he will go there, and there is a gut feeling that he is experiencing that he will see Sita there. And he is offering his prayers again, and this time he is including Sita. He's saying that I'm actually praying to you. Please bless me to actually find you. Please reveal yourself to me, so that I can actually help you out. I can take you back to Rama. So as he is processing this, mentally he is reaching Ashokavanika, and then he's thinking about what needs to be done there. Vanaraha Marutatmajaha, that Vanara Hanuman. And then what happens? Dhruvam tu Raksho Bahula Bhavishyati Vanakula Ashokavanika Chintya Sarva Samskara Samskrita. Dhruvam, definitely that Ashokavanika will be filled. Raksho Bahula, many Rakshasas will be there. Vanakula, and there will be a lot of trees. He can kind of see from where he is. Ashokavanika Chintya. So he must be very careful as he moves towards that particular garden. Sarva Samskara Samskrita. Definitely this particular place looks like it is well guarded and well arranged. As he is approaching, he is revealing the attributes of Ashokavanika to us through his eyes. So definitely this will be a place which is well guarded. He has seen multiple buildings and multiple places. There's not been one place which has been deserted. Rakshasas all around, guards all around, Rakshasis all around. So he knows that every place in Lanka is filled with these Rakshasas, Bahula, many trees as well. He can kind of have a view of Ashokavanika. And then Chintya, so very carefully, that which is well guarded and that which is well protected and well arranged, he needs to tread towards them. Rakshinaha cha atra vihitaha nunam rakshanti padapan. Bhagavan api sarvatma na atikshobham prabhati. By 1 second. Bye, Kanna. Rakshinaha, those guards, cha atra, who are actually there, vihitaha, they are posted everywhere in the Ashoka Vanika. Noonam, definitely, Rakshanti Padapan. They protect even the trees there. Bhagavan api, here Bhagavan refers to wind, Sarvatma, that which is all pervading. Na atikshobam, even wind god dare not cause any disturbance to that particular garden. Pravati, even wind will not blow with all its willpower there. Even wind will be constrained when it is blowing in Ashoka Vanika. This is just an example of how much control has been exercised in that particular garden. When we say, I think there was an example earlier as well. Does anybody remember about in Ravana's Antapura, there was a comparison with lamps and Ravana. Does anybody remember? I don't remember with Sarga, but I distinctly remember this comparison. No one? I thought there was one where even the lambs wouldn't look at the women who were sleeping in Ravana's Antapura. Does anybody remember? All the sincere note takers would know. So similarly, Valmiki is indicating here that it's a very well controlled, right? ஒரு துரும்பு கூட அசையாது. It's like that. When the king is there, nobody even would breathe at their will. Even the breath would be controlled. So it is that kind of reference which is being given here. '68. Now, with his mind, which is fully controlled. Now, lot of disturbance was experienced. There is an overwhelming feeling which is still there. But he is trying to control his mind as much as possible. So, Sankshiptaha ayam mayi atma cha ramarthe ravanasya cha siddhim me samvidhasyanti devaha sa sarshiganaha iha. Jayanti Bagni is saying Sarga 9 and 69. Let me see. 69. That is the comparison, is it? Okay. Okay, so here his mind is under complete control. He is trying to control his mind and not to think too much ahead, but at the same time, he needs to do the due diligence to be prepared. So he says with mind which is controlled, why? There is only one goal, Rama Arthe. Whatever karyam he is doing is only for the sake of Rama. And he wants to confront Ravana. And he is again praying here saying that Devaha Rishiganaha. So all the Devas and the groups of sages who might be there, may them grant me Siddhi. May them grant me happiness. So with fully controlled mind, the mind which is there only for the sake of Ramakaryam. And he knows that if he needs to succeed in Ramakaryam, he needs to confront Ravana. Again, he is praying to all the devas and rishis there, seeking their blessings for his success. Very important sarga, I feel, with respect to how we can relate to it and how we can maybe connect to it. Or I think this is one sarga which will give us positivity when we read Brahma Swayambhuhu Bhagavan Devaha Cha Eva Dishantu. May they also grant to me Siddhim Agnihi Cha Vayu Cha Puruhutaha Vajrabrit. Who is Puruhutaha? Does anybody know? So again, he is praying to Brahma. He is praying the Swayambhu, right? And then all the Bhagavan, all the Devaha, Agni, Vayu, and then Puruhutaha. Does anybody know? Refers to Indra. So Indra is the one who is invoked always in all major yaga yajnas. So by Prohits. So Puruhutaha, that he who is repeatedly called during yaga yajna. And of course, he who is the wielder of Vajrayuda. May they also bless me. Again, completely resorting to prayers. He now understands that things are beyond his control. He must do his effort. He must feel positive. He must be optimistic. He should put in his effort and he should go with an approach of, yes, I will find Sita, but there is something beyond all this that requires blessings. It is only those blessings that will carry him forward in the task undertaken, and not just that, in Hanuman being successful as well. Again, he continues, Varunaha, Pashahastaha, Soma, Aditya, Tata, Ashwino, Mahatmano, all the great soul, Marutaha, Sharvaha, Eva. So again, he is praying to all of them. Varuna, Pashahastaha. Who is Pashahastaha? Even Yama, correct. And then Soma, Aditya, Mahatmano, Ashwino, Marutaha, Sharvaha refers to Shiva. So he is praying to all of them and he is seeking their humblest blessings, humbly seeking their blessings. Siddhim sarvani bhutani bhutanam cha eva yaha prabhu dasyanti mama ye cha anyaha he adrishtaha, which is the unseen, pati gocharaha, all the beings that whom I can see, all the beings whom I cannot see, and the Lord of all the beings, may all of them bless me and grant me success in the task that I have undertaken. This seems like a very powerful shloka. Siddhim sarvani bhutani. Siddhi is success. Sarvani bhutani, all beings. Bhutanam yaha prabhu, the Lord of all the beings, Bhagavan of all the beings. Dasyanti, with my prayers, they will grant. And others too, whom I cannot see. There are the celestial beings, the yakshas, gandharvas, nagas, all them. If anybody is thinking of causing any hindrance in my path, may them also turn to be somebody who is supportive of my cause, and may they give their blessings towards me. Tad unnasam Panduradantam Avranam Shuchi Smitam Padma Palasha Lochanam Drakshetat Arya Vadanam Kada Anvaham Prasanna Taradhipa Tulya Darshanam. So this is a question that Hanuman is asking himself. When will I see that Sita, that noble lady, with very pure, Shuchi Smitam means pure smile. Abranam, she who is unblemished. Prasanna Taradhipa Tulya Darshanam. She who has face like that of moon. When will I get her darshanam? He's asking himself. Unnasam means very sharp nosed. Panduradanta, white teeth. Shuchi Smitham, pure smile. Padma Palasha Lochanam, the lotus petal like eyes. Drakshye, when will I see? Tad Arya Vadanam, when will I see? The beautiful face of Arya here refers to noble lady. Kada Anvaham, when will I see? Prasanna Taradhipa Tulya Darshanam. When will I see Sita? He's questioning. As he's moving towards Ashoka Vanika and mentally reaching there, he is thinking of that. Kshudrena, Papena, Drishamsa Karmana. So, this is all the evil act of Ravana, somebody who is very cruel, who has done a sinful act. Drishamsa Karmana, that which is very terrible, cruel. Sudaruna Alankrita Veshadharina, wearing terrible ornaments, terrible bhushanam. He came in disguise. Balabhibhuta, she who was taken by force. Abalaha, that helpless Sita, Tapasvini, Atham Nume Drishtipate, when will she come in my sight? Adya Sabhavet. Maybe she will. May she appear in my line of sight today. So the previous verse was a question that he was asking to himself. And then he is recollecting the reason or the cause for this plight that Sita is facing, the cause for the Anveshanam. And then he says, may she, Bhavet means, may she appear. Or it could also be, will she appear? So it can mean Vidhi, it can mean Sambhavana. So, he is hoping, he is reiterating himself, he is manifesting seeing Sita. We talk so much about manifestation these days. Manifesting, Sita being in his line of sight and he actually seeing her. And then in this Sarga, something very crucial was done by Hanuman. He did not go back. He self-motivated himself. He decided that whatever happens, he will not return back without finding Sita. And with that renewed kind of positivity, optimism, as he moved forward, he offered his prayers again. And the prayers this time included a humble offering to Sita as well. And he is again exercising caution as he mentally reaches Ashokavana. He's thinking about what kind of tight security that place might have, fully surrounded by trees. But then he knows that it is so controlled that even Vayu will hesitate twice to blow at his will. Even Vayu, wind will be in control, blowing there. And he again tells himself there are bound to be Bahula Rakshasa. So a lot of Rakshasas will be there. And then again offering his prayers, he is thinking about, will I see Sita? That Sita who must have been so helpless as she was forcefully carried away by the wicked, cruel, sinful Ravana. Will I see Sita? Will she come into my line of sight today? May she come into my line. Adya is today. May she come into that line of sight today. And then again, as he offers his prayers, he thinks about all the devatas. And then he says, even the ones that I cannot see, may they also conspire for my task to be completed and my siddhi, the success of the task. May they bless me. So Hanuman ultimately, during the moment of deep despair, he resorts to prayer. And then he say, not just prays to one or two, he prays to a whole crew of Devatas, wondering, if and hoping that each one of them will positively help through their blessings for his search to be successful. So if that is the plight of Hanuman, imagine the number of gods we should be praying to. So we offer one prayer and we are like, whatever I wanted, I did not get it, or things didn't go my way. The depth of the prayer is very important, and the sincerity of the prayer. Of course, they say pray without any desire, nishkamya prayer, right? But here Hanuman has a specific task. I also believe that kelingal kodukappadu, ask and shall be given, right? You have to ask. I tell my children to ask Guru, ask Bhagavan, saying that I want this, I will put in my hard work and you bless me for me to get this, right? And Bhagavan, Guru will be listening to you. So you have to ask. That does not mean that your pray. I mean, yeah, it's a very subtle thing about we are all not in a phase where there is nishkamya prayer, right? Our prarthana for it to be nishkamya. Sometimes you go to temples and you don't pray for anything. You're just happy having darshan. You enjoy the temple, Bhagavan there, you chant and then you come back, you don't. But there are times when things are so critical that you have to ask. I keep saying, you ask and the prayers will be granted. The blessing, for the prayers that you do, the blessings will be granted. So there's nothing wrong in asking. But then we also have to remember Bhagavad Gita here, that even after all the efforts, all the prayers and whatever we do, whatever we deserve, we accept it. We do the duty and we don't look at the fruit, but there's no harm in asking. I think Hanuman, that's what he's doing here. He's praying and then he's again repeatedly saying that, may I see Sita. So his prayer is also not nishkamya. There is a specific goal that he has in mind, and that is Rama Karyam. And then he's saying, I'm praying to all the Devatas, all the Bhagavan and Vayu and Agni and everybody. May all of them conspire in the right way for me to be successful in my task. So I think that is what is the key takeaway from this Sarga. Next week, we will have a revision class. So you can volunteer to do maybe 20, 20, 20, and then last 60 to 73, right? Last 13, and then we can have maybe a couple of people. It will be nice to hear new voices. You have about a week to practice. It will be nice to hear new voices chanting, new voices summarizing. As of now, we will have class next week, 5 o'clock at the evening. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat. Dhanyavadah. Ram Ram Ram. Sarvam Krishna Arpanamastu. Mahaperiyava Sharanam. Jai Jai Shankara. Hara Hara Shankara. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Hanuman. Thank you all for joining. Keep chanting, keep learning, keep chanting, keep learning. Thank you. Ram Ram.